King Charles may be a ruler to us, but for some he is simply Grandad. A body language expert exclusively told Express.co.uk her views on Charles' relationship with his grandchild. King Charles is the proud grandfather of 5 children, William and Kate's Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis, and Harry and Meghan's Archie and Lilibet. Judy James gave Express.co.uk her hot take on which grandchild the king is fondest of. Judy started off by saying that Charles is likely a devoted grandfather behind the scenes. She said, like most grandparents, Charles probably dotes on all his grandchildren, even the ones he doesn't get to see. However, there is one in particular, who he seems to give the most open affection to, which allows royal fans a glimpse into their relationship. Judy suggested that Louis might remind his granddad of a very important child in his life, a young Prince Harry. She explained, Louis seems to have been named after Charles's much-adored uncle Louis Mountbatten, but he seems to have inherited his cheeky, spontaneously playful and affectionate traits from his own uncle, Harry. Indeed, the youngest Wales child stole the show at the Platinum pageant back in June 2022, where he was snapped making a number of cheeky facial expressions. The expert revealed that there are only 2 royals usually at the receiving end of Charles' public displays of affection. Zara Tindall has always been relaxed and hugely demonstrative with Uncle Charles in public, and Charles clearly adores being on the receiving end of her hugs and very affectionate displays. Louis looks like the other member of the family that treats Charles just like any other grandpa, no matter who and how many cameras are watching. The expert suggested that his relationships with these 2 particular royals bring out a side to the king we rarely see. As a result, both Zara and Louis bring out some of the best body language in Charles, with Louis in particular able to give the king the gift of looking openly affectionate and more down-to-earth than normal. The relationship between Charles and little Louis is often facilitated by mum Kate, who seems to really appreciate how close the pair are. Kate seems to realize this, and there was one very iconic moment when she held baby Louis out towards Charles in a gesture that appeared to also suggest some thawing of the frost that had settled between William and his father. Charles responded tentatively, but the way his face was wreathed in wrinkles of pleasure spoke volumes. There is also a moment during the official photo when Kate allows Louis to lean forward and grab his grandfather's face. That shows Charles at one of his most relaxed, fun and spontaneous moments. Kate has even looked towards Charles to provide some grandparental responsibility in moments when Louis was not on his top form. This suggests that Charles is someone in the young boy's life who can settle and relax him more so than others. Judy concluded, it was Charles' lap that Louis was placed on when he became fidgety during the Jubilee event, and it is Louis's responses to being held or hugged by Charles that allows us to see the very genuine aspect of their warmth for one another. You can pick a child up or sit it on your lap, but it's when we see Louis throw his arms round his granddad's neck in a reciprocal gesture that we get a hint of how close the pair are behind the scenes.